everyone. Today, we will see what is exactly the difference between infrastructure as a service and platform as a service. Before the cloud, if you wanted to launch an app, you had to buy physical servers. This was messy, expensive, and slow. You spent more time managing cables and cooling fans than building your actual product. Let's take a look at infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service is like leasing a land. Imagine renting a plot of land and some heavy machinery. You have total freedom to build whatever you want. But there's also more effort involved. You have to pour the concrete, build the walls, and install the plumbing yourself. So, infrastructure as a service offers you high freedom and total control of your infrastructure. But it also involves high effort on your part to build and maintain everything. Now, let's take a look at platform as a service. Platform as a service is like a furnished office. Instead of building the office, you just rent one that is fully furnished. The desks, internet, and electricity are already there. You just bring your laptop and start working immediately. So, when you opt for platform as a service, you give up a lot of control, but you divert that time, energy, and effort into focusing on your product instead of the infrastructure. In platform as a service, you don't worry about servers. You just focus on your code. When you upload your code, a system called a build pack takes over. Think of it as a robot butler. It looks at your code, figures out what it needs to run, packages it up, and launches it. You never touch the server. Platform as a service applications are like goldfish. They have no long-term memory because the robot butler might move your app to a bigger server at any moment. You can't save files locally. You must save data in a separate database. This is because when you deploy your application on a platform, the scaling is controlled by the build pack. So, if there is a sudden spike in traffic, the butler might decide to move your application to a bigger server to better serve your customers. Let's do a side-by-side comparison of infrastructure as a service and platform as a service. In IaaS, you have total control over your infrastructure. In PaaS, the control is limited. Speed of product development is slow in infrastructure as a service, while platform as a service lets you focus on product development, hence offering high speed of delivery. High maintenance efforts are required in infrastructure as a service, while platform as a service needs low to none efforts to maintain. AWS EC2 is a great example of IaaS, as it can be heavily customized for individual needs, but also needs high efforts to set up and maintain. Heroku, on the other hand, is a platform service that lets you focus on developing your product and publishing it as soon as possible. Security is a shared responsibility when it comes to services. In infrastructure as a service, the provider builds the fence, but you must lock the windows and install the alarm. In platform as a service, the provider locks the building and hires the guards. You only need to worry about keeping your key safe. So, which one should you choose? Choose platform as a service if you are a startup or a small team. Your priority is to launch fast and avoid hiring full-time server managers. Choose infrastructure as a service if you are a large enterprise. You have complex, older software, which is also known as legacy, that requires specific custom environment to run. As a thumb rule, IaaS is for architects who want to build. PaaS is for creators who want to ship. I hope you liked this video. Please leave a comment and share your thoughts about infrastructure and platform. Subscribe for more tech videos. Have a good day.